Hello and greetings to all of you beautiful souls. My name is Ryan Hunt and I'm so happy to be here on Nadiya Shah's incredible channel to talk about this upcoming full moon forecast. This is one that promises plenty of sparkle, intensity, and perhaps even a dash of drama. Thank you, Nadiya, for your kindness and generosity in inviting me to share these cosmic insights with your wonderful audience. There's so much going on astrologically, and I hope this exploration helps you to find clarity as we approach a truly potent moment in the lunar cycle. We'll be focusing on the full moon that is set to take place on February 12th, 2025, and it perfects at 5:51 a.m. Pacific time, when the moon will reach its peak fullness in the bold and radiant sign of Leo. Before diving into the specifics of this full moon, we'll first explore the moon in general, its cycles, its emotional resonance, and its symbolic importance in astrology. Once we have this foundation, we're going to dive into how this particular full moon might express itself through the lens of each rising sign, offering tailored guidance for how this energy might unfold in your life. By its very nature, a full moon is a time of culmination, a cosmic crescendo in the moon's monthly dance with the sun. Think of it as a moment when energies that have been quietly building reach their fullest expression. Emotions rise, truths surface, and revelations abound. It's often time for release, for shedding what no longer serves, and for boldly stepping into clarity. Whether it manifests as a heartfelt conversation, an artistic epiphany, or an emotional breakthrough, a full moon tends to demand expression. This full moon in Leo carries the added weight of symbolism tied to the Sabian degree it occupies, the 25th degree of Leo. The Sabian symbol reads, a large camel crossing a vast and forbidding desert. This image imbues the lunar energy with themes of resilience, preparation, and the ability to endure challenges with grace. As the moon's light fully illuminates Leo, a sign associated with courage, self-expression, and creative leadership, this Sabian symbol, invites us to reflect on how we navigate our personal deserts, those vast stretches of uncertainty or difficulty in life that test our strength and determination. Under this full moon, you're called to tap into the Leo archetype, boldness, authenticity, and the fearless expression of your unique light. The camel's steady journey reminds us that preparation and adaptability are key to navigating challenges, but it also underscores the importance of perseverance in pursuit of a meaningful destination. This lunation is a powerful moment to acknowledge the hardships you've endured, celebrate your own resilience, and embrace your ability to shine even in the face of adversity. For each of us, this energy will play out uniquely, depending upon where Leo falls in your chart, and we'll explore these rising sign-specific influences later. For now, the moon in Leo already has a natural, vibrant flavor. Leo is associated with vitality, self-expression, creativity, and leadership. We often think of Leo as the performer of the zodiac, a sign that exudes warmth, pride, and a touch of the theatrical. When the moon lands here, it can draw forth these leonine qualities in all of us. you might feel a stronger urge to stand in your truth, to be acknowledged for what you bring to the table, or to infuse your life with a bit more flair and excitement. However, because this moment involves a full moon, the lunar energy is at its peak. Bright, unrestrained, and emotionally intense. In other words, don't be surprised if you feel everything. Your hopes, your passions, your irritations, just a bit more keenly. The potential to be in the spotlight may entice some while completely unnerving others. But collectively, it's likely we'll experience a surge of boldness, a readiness to shine, or at least to let ourselves be seen more openly than usual. There's an extra note to add. This particular region of Leo are the terms and decan of Mars. And they will heighten the moon's fiery side. Mars rules willpower, courage, and sometimes conflict. So the moon's emotional nature may feel even more urgent or spirited. You can imagine it like adding a shot of espresso to an already strong cup of coffee. Your emotions might rev up more than usual, even more quickly, and whether that manifests as excitement or impatience or readiness to confront something you've held back, you might find yourself suddenly brimming with the desire to say, "Listen, world, this is me." Or, if you spot heated disagreements sparking where there was calm before, these can also be signs of the moon's fiery impetus at work. The best advice is to channel that passion constructively. If you've been meaning to express your talents or speak up about an issue that matters to you, this cosmic moment will push you out of complacency. Just remember to keep a bit of perspective so that boldness doesn't morph into unnecessary drama or conflict. Now, because it's a full moon, the sun naturally stands opposite to the moon in the zodiac. Every full moon involves this sun-moon polarity, bringing opposing energies into a state of tension. For this particular lunation, the sun will be in a sign where it's considered to be weaker. It's called its detriment, and it means that it's not operating with its usual ease or resources. The sun, in a sense, represents our conscious goals, our outward expression, and our sense of purpose. When it's in detriment, it can struggle to express its usual confidence or clarity. This is fascinating when paired with such large and luminous fiery moon. Symbolically, we can read this as the lunar principle stepping into the limelight, perhaps even overshadowing what we think we should do, the sun, with the intensity of what we really feel, the moon. On a practical level, you might sense some tug of war between your obligations, your to-do list, your responsibilities, your usual identity, and that loud, emotional voice inside that says, "But I really want to do this instead," or "This is my real truth." The key is to find a balance that honors both your authentic feelings and your day-to-day obligations, yet stays mindful that this dynamic might feel extra charged. If you've been ignoring something you need on a deeper emotional level, the full moon in Leo can bring it roaring to the surface, even if it clashes with your usual script. In this lunation, the moon will also receive aspects from two benefic or friendly planets, Jupiter and Venus, which generally can lend supportive or optimistic energies. However, each planet will be in a sign of weakness, its detriment, meaning that neither is operating with its full comfort and ease. While they still bring positive possibilities, these benefic planets may introduce quirks or challenges that you'll want to consider. Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, abundance, grand visions, but it can be easily scattered when it's traveling through Gemini. Gemini loves variety, novelty, and quick thinking. Fantastic for brainstorming, but not so great for singular focus. In a sextile to the moon, Jupiter's presence can feel like a cheering section offering bright ideas, but it might also flood you with so many suggestions or impulses that you don't know which path to take first. You could be buzzing with mental energy, jumping from one plan to another, pivoting multiple times in the space of an hour. On the plus side, this can be a perfect energy for exploring new interests, brainstorming solutions, or simply sparking creativity. If, for example, you're on the verge of launching a project or pushing a boundary, Jupiter's influence can supply a dash of optimism and courage. Just be aware that organization and follow-through might slip unless you stay vigilant. Gemini's influence might have you spinning too many plates at once. Now, Venus. Venus is all about love, attraction, harmony. While Aries is the sign of spontaneity and directness and initiating action. When Venus transits Aries, she picks up some of that bold, impatient vibe. And while a trine to the full moon usually indicates ease, the planet's state of detriment implies an edge to all that excitement. You may experience sudden attractions, bursts of creative desire, or the urge to inject more passion into your relationships. This can be a wonderfully stimulating time if you've been feeling stagnant in matters of the heart, artistry, or simple enjoyment in life. Expect a potential wave of confidence. You might dress more daringly, speak your desires more openly, or take a spontaneous leap into a close relationship. Just remember that while spontaneity can be thrilling, it may become rash if not balanced with a little caution. Aries is the now or never sign, so watch out for impulses that might lead to regrets, like booking a non-refundable trip on a whim, or diving headlong into an entanglement you might have thought through. Nonetheless, the supportive aspect to the Leo moon suggests you'll have a cosmic green light for passion, creativity, and taking a fresh approach to love. If you've been itching for a spark, this is your chance. Now, Mercury. Mercury, standing opposite the moon also, yet overshadowed by the sun. Mercury will be combust and close to the sun's beams. Mercury rules communication, logic, commerce, and day-to-day interactions. Think of it as the cosmic messenger that helps us process and articulate information. When Mercury is combust, it's almost as if it's hidden by the sun's glare, muffling its ability to operate in full clarity. Translated into real life, this might mean that around the time of the full moon, misunderstandings or garbled messages can crop up more easily. You might send a text that's misread, or you could struggle to convey what you really mean in a sensitive conversation. Because the moon in Leo will be so emotionally charged, a little miscommunication can quickly turn into a bigger flare-up if not handled with care. That doesn't mean you should avoid talking to people, of course, but do try to slow down, reread your messages, or pause before responding when you feel your temper rising. Double-check your schedule if you have important appointments, and consider asking for clarifications in crucial discussions. With so much fiery energy flying around, Moon in Leo, Venus in Aries, and Mars's imprint on the lunation via its terms and decan, cool-headed listening will be a significant asset. Although Mars may not be making a direct, tight aspect to the moon, or witnessing the moon by whole sign in certain charts, it is impossible to ignore that the moon is in Mars's decan and, following the Egyptian terms, in Mars's term, giving the red planet an indirect but potent role in how this lunation unfolds. Mars is the planet that encourages us to take action, stand our ground, and defend what matters to us. It can be a fabulous motivator, but it can also overheat situations if left unchecked. If you notice that you're extra quick to anger, or that you feel a little on edge, it can be helpful to give yourself a physical outlet. Go for a run, dance it out, or channel that fervent energy into a creative project that makes you sweat a bit. Let your heat rise, your internal heat. Sometimes we just need to move that Mars energy so it doesn't build up internally and explode in less constructive rays. During a full moon, we always see the sun and moon in opposition, but here's the additional tension thanks to the sun being in detriment and Mercury combust. On one hand, you may feel a powerful push from the Leo moon to put your emotions and creativity front and center, like you have a statement to make and you're ready to proclaim it from the rooftops. On the other hand, the sun's compromised condition can make your usual sense of direction or confidence feel more tentative. The result can be an internal friction. Like, I feel so strongly, but I don't have the support or clarity to follow through. Or, I want to show up in the world in a new, bold way, but I'm not entirely sure how, and it's making me uneasy. Recognize that this friction, though sometimes uncomfortable, also creates heat for transformation. If you stay patient and avoid impulsive decisions, you can channel the full moon's radiance into meaningful self-expression. If you're not careful, misunderstandings or illusions about what you want might lead to conflicts with others or even within yourself. Here are 5 full moon themes to watch for. Number 1, creativity at a boil. With Leo's playful, creative spark ignited, you could feel compelled to jump into new artistic projects or reawaken something that has been on the back burner. This is a golden time to let your inner performer take a bow. If there's something you've been yearning to share, like a painting, a piece of writing, or a musical composition, this is your cosmic invitation to bring it into the light. Number 2, heat in relationships. The fiery resonance of this lunation, combined with Venus in Aries, can set hearts ablaze or ramp up conflicts. Passions can run high. You might find yourself more forthright about what you desire in love, or more protective of your personal boundaries. If you sense tension building, consider whether it's the impetus to finally say something you've been holding in. Just remember that some measure of tact goes a long way. Number 3, communication with quirks. With Mercury combust, misunderstandings might arise more often. Emotions are so amplified under the full moon that even small slip-ups can become big deals. It helps to breathe before firing off messages, especially if you're upset. If you're planning a big talk with someone, consider how carefully you frame your points. The message, "I need space," can land very differently than, "You never give me any space." So choose your words and your tone thoughtfully. Number 4, ego clashes or self-assertion. The interplay between the full moon in Leo, the sun in detriment, and Mars' undertones might create a fight for the spotlight. Leo's impetus is to be recognized, while the overshadowed sun can lead to confusion about how to assert oneself. If you're in a group setting, power struggles could surface, like people talking over each other or jostling for praise. Watch for your own impulses here too. Are you craving attention in a healthy, self-empowering way? Or are you demanding it from a place of insecurity? Number 5, release and illumination. All full moons illuminate something that was previously in the shadows. A secret, a long-held desire, a creative gift, or even a shimmering frustration that can come out. One potential benefit of this lunation's heat is that it may provide the courage you need to face what emerges. If you sense a buildup of tension or emotion, whether in relationships or within your own psyche, honor that pressure instead of pushing it away. Sometimes a good cry, a heartfelt talk, or a creative breakthrough is exactly the letting go that a full moon encourages. Now, here's 5 practical pointers for navigating all this energy. Number 1, practice emotional awareness. With the moon in Leo, the emotional tides will be strong. If you notice your heart pounding or your temper flaring, treat it as a signal that something inside you wants attention or expression. Journaling or a quick voice note to yourself can help you separate passing irritation from deeper truth. That way you can share your feelings from a place of clarity rather than raw reaction. Number 2, curb impulsivity in love or spending. Venus in Aries can stoke desire, whether it's for a romantic interest or a tantalizing new purchase. The boldness is excellent for breaking old ruts. Try that new look. Accept an exciting invitation, but try to sleep on any major decisions if you can. If you wake up still feeling enthusiastic, you'll know it's not just a fleeting spark. Number 3, double check all communications. Combust Mercury can spark typical Mercury retrograde-like mishaps, lost emails, incorrect assumptions, or jumbled words. It only takes a moment to reread your message or confirm a meeting time, but it can save you from bigger hassles. If something in a conversation feels off, politely ask for clarification instead of assuming the worst. Number 4, channel the fire. There's so much fiery, passionate energy swirling around that it's crucial to give it a healthy outlet. Physical activities, dancing, singing at the top of your lungs, singing in the shower, creating art. These are all ways to move that energy instead of letting it burn you up from the inside. Fire wants to be expressed, so denying it completely might make you restless or prone to explosive bursts. And 5, keep ego in check. Leo full moons can be amazing for boosting self-confidence, but they can also push people's egos into overdrive if not handled with self-awareness. You can catch yourself needing constant validation or responding sharply to even mild criticism. Consider whether your pride is overshadowing genuine self-esteem. Real confidence doesn't require bulldozing others. It quietly radiates. Above all, remember that any full moon acts like a mirror, reflecting back to us the emotional and energetic data of the past few weeks. With the moon in a fire sign, the reflections might be highly charged, but that also makes them more visible. If something in your life or your psyche is out of alignment, this lunation can highlight it with dramatic flair. If you've been neglecting your creative side, ignoring a key conversation, or tiptoeing around a passion project, it may now feel impossible to let it remain in the dark. A key invitation of the Leo full moon is to honor your intrinsic worth and individuality. Yet also, it asks you to do so without losing sight of others' perspectives, especially given the combust Mercury factor and Venus's impulsive leanings. Balanced Leo energy is warm, generous, and uplifting, not vain or domineering. Think of the best qualities of a lion: noble, protective, charismatic, and aim to embody those aspects rather than letting your roar become a roar of anger or self-centeredness. As a culminating phase, the full moon can inspire you to let go of anything that blocks your ability to shine your inner light. Perhaps that means shedding an old identity, fear, or sense of not being good enough. It's a time to step on stage, figuratively or literally, and show the world what you can do, with confidence fueled by your heartfelt truth. If you keep an eye on your schedule around February 12th to 2025, you might see real-world manifestations of these energies. Maybe a colleague at work suddenly demands more recognition for their contributions, or you find yourself in a conversation that unexpectedly turns heated because small misunderstandings blow up. Thanks, combust Mercury. On the brighter side, a creative endeavor might leap forward under the impetus of all this fiery energy, or you might share a vulnerable side of yourself with friends and receive a heartwarming response. Relationships could feel a little spicy, for better or worse. Passion may spike, so could jealousy or possessiveness if hidden insecurities surface. The best route is open communication. Within reason, mind that Mercury factor, and willingness to hear your partner or friend, even if it's a passionate conversation. Leo wants authenticity, and if conflict arises, it may be a sign that honesty is needed. For those of you in creative fields, block out some time around the full moon to brainstorm or make art. The synergy of Jupiter in Gemini, though scattered, can provide an endless stream of ideas, while Venus in Aries and the Leo moon can spark enough courage to do something bold and original. If ever there was a time to dazzle an audience or propose something new, this full moon might be it. Now, let's explore how this vibrant full moon touches each rising sign. If you don't know your rising sign, you can still listen for your sun sign and find valuable insights there, though it will carry a more solar outward-facing emphasis. Whichever you choose, trust that these reflections can illuminate the themes and energies at play for you during this fiery lunation. With Aries rising, the Leo moon is in the 5th house, and the ruler of the ascendant is Mars. Picture a surge of creative heat radiating through the part of your chart that governs passion, self-expression, and joy. As an Aries rising, you're wired for boldness. Your ruler Mars thrives on direct action, and this full moon in Leo, positioned in the decan and terms of Mars, will likely amplify your impulses, both exciting and challenging. You could feel an overwhelming urge to declare your talents publicly, dive into a new romance with gusto, or finally commit to an artistic venture that's been whispering your name. Keep in mind that while Mars injects drive and courage, it can also spark conflict if left unchecked. Mercury is combust right now, which can lead to misunderstandings, so be mindful of words spoken in the heat of the moment. There's also a lively influence from Jupiter in Gemini. This might fill your mind with bright ideas, yet scatter your focus, making follow-through a bit tricky. A little planning will help you transform enthusiasm into tangible progress. Here's 3 reflections and 3 questions for you. Your joy is an unstoppable force when unleashed. Creativity thrives when passion meets courage. Every spark of fun you allow is a gift to your soul. Now, are you giving yourself permission to shine in ways that feel truly exciting? What if the playful side of you held the key to unlocking your highest potential? Could the courage you show in your passions ripple into other areas of your life? Ultimately, this moon beckons you to treat life as an adventure stage, and you're perfectly cast in the lead role. Embrace that fire, wield your passions wisely, and remember to communicate with clarity. Your ambitions, relationships, and personal joy stand to bloom under the radiant blaze of this Leo moon. With Taurus rising, the Leo moon is in the 4th house, and the ruler of the ascendant is Venus. Picture a golden full moon pouring warmth into your home life, family ties, and emotional foundations. As a Taurus rising, you're naturally grounded, yet your ruler Venus is currently in Aries, a sign where she operates with an impulsive, fiery tone. This can be thrilling if you felt a nudge to shake up your domestic scene, whether by redecorating, moving furniture, or opening new avenues of honest communication within the household. Be aware that the sun is in detriment, creating a tension between your usual desire for stability and the cosmic push to reevaluate old patterns. Mercury combust can also hamper clarity in family conversations. Double check that everyone is on the same page. Meanwhile, Jupiter traveling through Gemini may bring bursts of inspiration on how to reimagine your personal space or strengthen family bonds, though you'll want to avoid scattering your energy too thin. Here are your 3 reflections and 3 questions. Your home deserves the radiance of your genuine presence. Roots grow strongest when they're watered with truth. Emotional safety blossoms when you honor your heartfelt needs. Now, do you offer your private world the same love and care you give your outer pursuits? What if reshaping your home environment could reawaken your sense of inner security? Have you shared your deepest emotions with loved ones, or are you quietly carrying them alone? With Venus in Aries, spontaneous decisions around decor or family matters might feel liberating. Just remember that impulses can carry risks, so a bit of patience can serve you well. Bringing heartfelt honesty into your closest circles fosters the emotional sanctuary you crave. This lunation wants you to merge your appreciation of comfort with a dash of boldness. Taurus rising, let the radiant warmth of the Leo moon infuse your home life with revitalized security and authentic connection. For Gemini rising, places the Leo moon in the 3rd house, and the ruler of the ascendant is Mercury. Imagine your everyday environment, your communication style, and your connections with siblings or neighbors suddenly alight with a dramatic flair, thanks to the full moon in Leo. As a Gemini rising, you love variety, but your ruler Mercury is combust, overshadowed by the sun, potentially causing communication hiccups or misunderstandings. This means you'll want to be more deliberate in how you share your thoughts, especially if the emotional intensity of this lunation makes everyone's nerves a bit raw. Mars's fiery undertone can amplify impulsivity in what you say or post online, so pause before hitting send. Meanwhile, Venus in Aries encourages you to approach social exchanges with excitement and directness, while Jupiter in Gemini stokes your curiosity. You'll likely have no shortage of ideas or invitations. Turning some of those ideas into concrete action, however, requires you to ground yourself and stay organized. Here are your 3 reflections and 3 questions. Your words can enlighten and inspire more than you realize. Curiosity is the spark that ignites your creative genius. Every conversation holds the seed of a possible epiphany. Now, are you allowing curiosity to guide you toward bold new connections? What truths do you need to speak, even if they're dramatic or vulnerable? Could an honest heart-to-heart offer clarity or healing you didn't know you needed? Let Leo's warmth inform how you express yourself, ensuring your message reflects genuine passion rather than random mental chatter. If Mercury's combust state fosters confusion, simply slow down, reiterate important points, and invite others to do the same. Gemini rising, when you integrate lively intellect with heartfelt sincerity, you transform ordinary words into portals for growth, both for yourself and those around you. Cancer rising places the Leo moon in the 2nd house, and the ruler of the ascendant is the moon. Envision a powerful leonine glow illuminating your resources, values, and sense of self-worth. As a Cancer rising, the moon is your guiding light, so this full moon lands very close to your core, potentially stirring heightened emotions around finances and personal security. There's also a boost of confidence available if you channel it wisely. Leo energy in the 2nd house urges you to stand tall for what you're worth, financially and otherwise. Mars's influence can spur you to defend or promote yourself more aggressively than usual, yet watch for arguments if you sense undervaluation. Mercury's combust state might complicate any negotiations or major purchases, so double-check details. Meanwhile, Venus in Aries adds a fast-paced tone to your desires. You might feel tempted to grab something that catches your eye, or invest impulsively in a new idea. But a brief pause can save you potential regrets. Here are 3 reflections and 3 questions for you. You deserve to value yourself without apology. Financial clarity and self-expression now go hand in hand. Your worth isn't up for negotiation. And now, have you been underestimating your talents or contributions? What are you ready to invest in that aligns with your heart's desires? Is there a connection between your creative passion and your material well-being? This lunation highlights your capacity to unify security with authenticity, helping you see exactly where you've held back out of fear or convention. With the sun in detriment, your usual sense of direction may feel uncertain, but your emotional intelligence can guide you. Cancer rising, embrace the inner roar that says, "I am worthy." Tending to your material and emotional foundations under this Leo full moon can yield a deeper sense of stability and a fresh belief in what you're capable of attaining. For those with Leo rising, the Leo moon is in the 1st house, and the ruler of the ascendant is the sun. Picture yourself in a spotlight that intensifies your entire being. This is the full moon in your own sign, highlighting identity, presence, and personal expression. Usually you radiate confidence, but there's a twist. Your ruler, the sun, is in detriment right now, suggesting a push and pull between what you consciously strive for and the emotional truths demanding your attention. This can feel like an inner clash between being the composed star you aim to be and the raw feelings that want to roar out. Mars's fiery undertone in this lunation might boost your assertiveness, yet Mercury combust can obscure how others receive your message. Meanwhile, Venus in Aries supports spontaneous expressions of love or creativity, though be mindful of going overboard. It's easy to slip into attention-seeking if you're not listening to the quieter, genuine impulses of your heart. Here are your 3 reflections and your 3 questions for this lunation. Your presence has the power to captivate. Vulnerability becomes a superpower in the light of authenticity. Confidence grows every time you dare to own your story. Now, are you fully stepping into your leadership, or do fears hold you back? What if letting others see your true feeling ignites deeper connection? How can you balance your need for recognition with genuine self-esteem? There is enormous potential for personal growth if you harness the emotional energy that this full moon churns up. Keep in mind the possibility of ego flare-ups. Leo craves affirmation, but real self-worth blossoms from within. Leo rising. Let this lunation encourage you to stand in your truth without overshadowing others. When you merge your natural warmth with authentic vulnerability, you become an inspiring force who leads with both heart and humility. Those with Virgo rising has the Leo moon in the 12th house, and the ruler of the ascendant is Mercury. Envision your hidden realms, dreams, subconscious patterns, spiritual longings suddenly illuminated by the fiery glow of a Leo full moon. As a Virgo rising, you often prefer tangible details and practical systems, but this lunation draws you into the 12th house, where logic takes a back seat to intuition and emotional insight. Complicating matters, your ruler Mercury is combust, making it trickier to articulate inner truths or fully trust your own mental processes. Mars's strong imprint in this full moon can heighten anxiety or stir suppressed frustration if you don't channel it. Consider journaling, artistic pursuits, or even a low-key creative escape. Venus in Aries can fuel impulsive, emotional entanglements behind the scenes, so tread lightly if you find yourself intrigued by something or someone outside your usual comfort zone. Your 3 reflections and questions. Solitude holds the key to unlocking unspoken truths. Emotional honesty with yourself is a powerful form of self-care. Hidden gifts emerge when you nurture the quiet corners of your mind. Now, which parts of your inner life have been too busy or too shy to explore? Are there lingering fears or regrets asking to be released under this revealing lunar glow? What form of self-expression might help you transform emotional burdens into creative fuel? Because the sun is in detriment, you may feel less certain about how to direct your focus outward. Embrace this moment as an inward journey, pausing your usual drive for productivity to engage with your inner world. This can lead to meaningful breakthroughs. Virgo rising, let the full moon in Leo remind you that even your hidden dimensions crave your attention, and that genuine healing can sparkle as vividly as any external achievement when you allow yourself the grace of introspection. Those souls with Libra rising will see the Leo moon in their 11th house. The ruler of the ascendant is Venus. Visualize a dramatic moonbeam lighting up your hopes, social networks, and collaborative ventures. As a Libra rising, you thrive on harmony and connection, yet your ruler Venus is currently in Aries, a sign where she operates in an impulsive, headstrong manner. This means you might feel a sudden drive to spearhead a community project or gather friends for a creative event, but also risk friction if personalities collide under Leo's proud energy. Mercury combust can cause group communications to go awry, so clarifying roles and expectations is crucial. Meanwhile, Jupiter in Gemini can inspire big visions of how to broaden your network, though staying focused on realistic goals remains essential. Mars's fiery influence underlines the possibility of ego clashes in group settings, especially if you or others are craving recognition. Here are your 3 reflections and 3 questions for this lunation. Your leadership can spark powerful collective change. Friendships thrive when you bring your genuine self to the table. Shared dreams grow when nurtured by authentic passion. Could you be underestimating the transformative power of your social connections? What dream or passion have you been too humble to mention among friends or allies? Are you prepared to take a more active, possibly riskier role in shaping group endeavors? If you find yourself caught in the crossfire of competing egos, maintain balance by practicing open dialogue and genuine listening. 2 Libra specialties. Rather than shying away from the spotlight, use the Leo full moon to champion what you love. Encourage others to do the same. Libra rising is a moment for communal inspiration. Approach it with tact, yet let your heart shine boldly. You may discover that when you honor your own creative spark, you empower everyone around you to step into their own brilliance. For Scorpio rising, the moon in Leo appears in the 10th house, and the traditional ruler of the ascendant is Mars. Picture a fearless spotlight beaming onto your career, reputation, and long-term ambitions. The full moon in Leo is firing up your 10th house, and as a Scorpio rising with Mars as your traditional ruler, you share a profound connection to the intensity of this lunation. You might feel ready to command more authority in your field or pursue a bold shift in your public role. However, Mercury combust could garble communications with bosses, clients, or key collaborators, so choose your words carefully. Meanwhile, Venus in Aries, also in detriment, heightens impulsivity, Perhaps you'll feel an urge to take a drastic leap for recognition or personal growth. Such moves can be transformative, but watch for power struggles if tensions have been simmering. Jupiter in Gemini can offer multiple career paths or opportunities, but you'll need a clear plan to avoid scattering your focus. Here are your 3 reflections and 3 questions for this lunation cycle. Your ambitions deserve nothing less than your fiercest dedication. True authority comes from the confidence you carry within. Professional breakthroughs demand the courage to reveal your authentic self. Now, have you been too modest about the depth of your abilities or the impact you can have? In what ways might your career trajectory shift if you allowed more creativity or emotional authenticity? Could stepping forward with boldness in your public life lead to unexpected opportunities? Mars's underlying presence suggests you'll have the fortitude to tackle challenges or outshine competitors. Keep an eye on ego flare-ups, though Leo's pride and Mars's drive can become volcanic if left unchecked. Scorpio rising, when you channel your passionate determination wisely, this full moon can reveal doors you never knew were there, granting you a powerful stage to exhibit your strengths and claim the next level of your professional evolution. Sagittarius rising places the Leo moon in the 9th house, and the ruler is Jupiter. Picture your horizons, academic, spiritual, and literal, illuminated by a grand leonine glow. The full moon in Leo lights up your 9th house, urging you to explore fresh vistas, tackle higher learning, or share your insights on a bigger stage. As a Sagittarius rising, you're naturally drawn to expansion, but your ruler Jupiter is in Gemini, a sign of its detriment, which could scatter your focus across numerous ideas or journeys at once. Mercury's combust state may complicate travel logistics, teaching plans, or publishing endeavors. Meanwhile, Mars's energetic undercurrent can be your ally if you direct it into something meaningful. You might feel an urge to defend a worldview, but watch for dogmatic clashes if others aren't on the same page. Venus in Aries can spark spontaneous connections that broaden your mind, provided you curb impulsive leaps you haven't thought through. Your 3 reflections. Embracing the unknown stirs your deepest vitality. Sharing your wisdom can ignite transformation in others. A grand leap of faith might be precisely what your soul craves. And your 3 questions. Have you been craving experiences that push you beyond familiar territory? What if you explored a new subject or embarked on a journey that changes your outlook forever? Are there beliefs you hold that now feel too limiting for who you're becoming? Leaning into Leo's generosity of spirit can help you radiate enthusiasm without overwhelming others. Just remember to ground your big visions with practical steps. Sagittarius rising, this full moon can become a launching pad for intellectual or cultural adventures, but your success will hinge on balancing your craving for freedom with thoughtful decision-making. Seize the moment to share your passion for knowledge, Your discoveries might illuminate not only your own path, but someone else's as well. Now for Capricorn rising, the Leo moon will be in the 8th house, and the ruler of Capricorn traditionally is Saturn. Imagine a powerful lunar beam penetrating the depths of your psyche, revealing hidden emotions, intimate connections, and the resources you share with others. As a Capricorn rising, you're often steady and self-controlled, yet this full moon in Leo in your 8th house invites you to confront deeper emotional waters. Mars's influence, since the moon lies in its decan and terms, can intensify your urge for transformation. Whether it's financial restructuring or releasing old emotional patterns. Mercury combust might cause misunderstandings around joint finances or sensitive issues. Meanwhile, Venus in Aries can spark impulsive moves in shared assets or deeper emotional ties, risky if you act without forethought. Jupiter in Gemini may flood you with multiple solutions, but scattering your energy could hamper lasting progress. Deliberate planning remains your strong suit, so trust that skill as you navigate this passionate terrain. Here are 3 reflections for you this lunation cycle. Authentic intimacy flourishes when you dare to open your heart fully. Facing the unknown can spark a rebirth beyond your wildest imaginings. Hidden resources, inside or out, await your courageous discovery. And 3 questions for you. What old patterns or emotional baggage weigh you down, resisting your natural growth? Could a moment of radical honesty in a partnership lead to the closeness you secretly crave? Are you ready to unearth the passions or talents you've kept locked away? Although the sun is in detriment, creating tension around conscious decision-making, your innate pragmatism can keep you grounded. Embrace the fiery undercurrent as a catalyst for confronting fears. Capricorn rising, this full moon may push you beyond your comfort zone, but in that space of raw vulnerability, you'll find the seeds of your next breakthrough, materially, spiritually, or both. For Aquarius rising, the Leo moon appears in the 7th house, and the traditional ruler of the ascendant is Saturn. Envision a bright, theatrical moonlight falling across the landscape of your closest partnerships, whether romantic, professional, or platonic. The full moon in Leo in your 7th house invites you to bring more warmth, authenticity, and boldness into how you relate to others. Though you often champion independence, this lunation suggests that opening your heart might forge deeper connections than you anticipated. Mars's fiery undertone can stoke tension if simmering conflicts haven't been addressed. Mercury combust complicates communication, so be extra clear in discussions with loved ones or collaborators. Misinterpretations may flare quickly. Meanwhile, Venus in Aries can trigger spontaneous, exciting moments in your interactions, but caution is advised if you tend to jump in head first without assessing emotional implications. Balancing your unique Aquarian style with the radiant generosity of Leo can be transformative. Here are 3 reflections for you this lunation cycle. Relationships become electric when you meet others heart to heart. Your unique spark shines brighter when shared in deep collaboration. Love or connection can demand bold vulnerability. Now, here are 3 questions for you. Are you letting others see the real you, or holding back for fear of rejection? How can a burst of warmth and authenticity enrich your closest bonds? What compromises or boundaries need to be revisited for genuine harmony? Even as the sun sits in detriment, which can heighten uncertainty about your personal direction, you can leverage the courage of this full moon to strengthen your one-on-one dynamics. Practicing openness while respecting others' perspectives is key. Aquarius rising. Acknowledge that true innovation in relationships is born from sincerity and shared passion. Let the lion's heart infuse your connections with warmth, forging alliances that honor both your individuality and your readiness for honest, compassionate understanding. Now, Pisces rising places the Leo moon in the 6th house, and the traditional ruler of Pisces and the ascendant is Jupiter. Envision your daily routines, wellness habits, and work life bathed in a dazzling Leo glow. This full moon highlights the 6th house, encouraging you to add creativity and passion to even the most mundane tasks. As a Pisces rising, you can be highly empathetic and fluid, but your traditional ruler is in Gemini, a sign of its detriment, leading to potentially scattered focus. Mars's underlying presence can heighten restlessness or stress if you feel confined by your usual obligations. Meanwhile, Mercury combust warns that scheduling mix-ups or misunderstandings with coworkers could escalate. Harness the positive side of Leo energy by inviting more joy and color into your everyday environment. Perhaps by injecting artistic flair into your workplace or choosing exercise routines that feel fun rather than obligatory. Venus in Aries brings an impulsive spark to how you approach health or service, so pause before jumping into drastic changes. Here are your 3 reflections for this lunation. Mundane tasks can sparkle when touched by passion. Wellness thrives when you honor your body's unique rhythm. Serving others with joy elevates both you and your community. Are your daily rituals fueling your spirit or simply depleting you? What if a dash of fun or color could transform a boring routine into a daily highlight? Could aligning your work with your heart's desire lead to greater fulfillment and productivity? Despite the sun's detriment hinting at some conflict between outward duties and inner desires, you can use your intuitive gifts to find a middle ground. Pisces rising, allow yourself to celebrate little victories and sprinkle soulful authenticity into tasks that might otherwise feel mundane. The cosmic invitation is to shine where you stand, even if it's just the office or your daily to-do list, so that your compassionate, imaginative spirit can uplift both you and the people you serve. And now some final thoughts. This full moon in Leo on February 12th, 2025 promises to be an electrifying cosmic moment, buzzing with the potential to illuminate your personal world in breathtaking color. It's a time for standing confidently in your truth, unleashing your creativity, and letting your emotions run free, but with a dash of caution around impulsive actions or misunderstandings in communication. Don't shy away from the spotlight if it opens for you. If you've been longing to shine in some area of life, be it professional, artistic, or personal, This lunar event could give you the cosmic nudge you need. Just bear in mind that Mercury's combust condition may require extra care in how you convey your message, and that the fiery Mars-infused energy can either empower you or overheat situations, depending upon how you redirect it. Above all, remember that each lunation invites growth and awareness. The alignment of planets might reveal feelings, desires, or struggles you've tried to bury. Embrace these revelations. If they sting, they also guide you to a deeper level of self-understanding. If they excite you, they affirm that you're on a soul-aligned path. Either way, trust your ability to navigate this passionate, creative swirl of a full moon. Let the lion's roar within you ring out, but do so with an open heart and respect for those who share your stage. I'm so grateful to you all for tuning in here on Nadiya Shah's channel to explore what the cosmos is orchestrating for us this vibrant full moon. Again, thank you, Nadiya, for your generosity and warmth in hosting this. I hope each of you finds both the courage and the compassion to move gracefully through this lunar crescendo, emerging brighter and bolder and more in tune with the radiance that is your birthright. May the light of the full moon in Leo guide you to honor your gifts, speak your truth, and share your unique magic with the world. Wishing you a beautiful, transformative lunation. And when in doubt, let your heart lead, Leo style, knowing that sometimes the boldest expression is the one that comes from a place of deep authenticity and love. Take good care, and I'll see you again soon for our next astrological adventure.